Hi guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for being here with me. And this week's video, it's not what I meant it to be. Well, for starters, it's a miracle that you're getting a video today because I've been fighting CapCut, which is the editing software I use to make my videos. And since I made an upgrade on it, it has given me a lot of problems with my computer and is always crashing. So I didn't get to finish the video that I wanted for you guys. This was supposed to be a vlog about my week when it comes to art making, but I could just finish one part of the video, which is a mini art wall that I filmed for you guys. And that's what you're getting today. I'm sorry that it's not the whole video I meant to do, but it's better than nothing. So I hope you enjoy it. And I've got a big favor to ask you guys. If you know of any free software for editing that is easy to use, because me and technology, don't play very well together. So if you know of a software that is free and easy to use, please let me know in the comments. Enough talking, so let's get to the mini art haul. It's always fun to swatch some new materials, so I hope you like it. And here it is. Mini art haul. I got some acrylic paints and some watercolor markers, and I'm gonna swatch them, test them. They are from Crelando. These are pastel colors, and these are really basic colors. They had more kits, different ones of acrylic paints. The painting on the package is different for every kit. I think this different painting in each kit is just to inspire you and let you know more or less what you can do with the content of each kit. There's 6 tubes of color. Each one has 22 milliliters. In this case, I have black, green, blue, red, yellow, and white. It doesn't say anything else, any fancy name, It's just the basic of the basics. For the tests, I'll be doing it in several sketchbooks. In this one, that I know that it's not supposed to use with water, but I don't care, as you already know by now. Oh, I didn't show you. I got some stickers from my daughter. Aren't they cute? She's Pirate on Instagram. I'll write her name in here for you to visit her. And if you can follow her and support her, I would love that. And she's also on Tumblr. Her name there is Pirati. I'll write it here as well. Okay, let's choose a page for the tests. Yeah, this one, right next to my Van Gogh's master copy. Did you see the video where I made this? No? It's okay, I'll have it on the description if you're interested. Okay, let's start with the black. Oh, it is sealed. It's opaque. It seems very nice. It looks good in this paper. Maybe I'll better put you facing my sketchbook from the top so you can see it better. So now let's just open all of these materials, and after that we'll do the swatches. Oh, beautiful colors. Look at this. I have pastel green, pastel blue, pastel purple, pastel pink, Naples yellow red, and pastel yellow. So the only one with a kind of a fancy name is this one. And for the watercolor markers, they are also from Crelando, as I told you. They are also there several kits with different paintings on the package and different colors. I chose this one because I really like these colors. It's 6 markers. Oh, they have 2 nibs. I didn't notice that. A brush tip and a small tip. What's this color? Doesn't say the name of the color. Is that it? I'm afraid so. They have some numbers written on them as well, but it's the same numbers in all of them. So I guess you have to rely on the color of the nibs to know which color you're getting. We'll swatch them later to see if they're similar to the color that you see in here. Okay, now you're going up. I'm not happy with these paints. They're fairly transparent. The white, it's awful. It's not opaque at all. And now I'm gonna test the colors that I can get with these kits. You know, I'm gonna use this kind of primary colors. So I'll see what I can get with them mixed together. That's a nice orange. Yeah, that's a beautiful orange. But I don't like the feeling of painting with these paints. They feel kind of goopy, you know. I like this green as well and get it to go darker if I want to. Kind of nice. I mean the color, not the paints. The paints are off. I don't recommend them. See, I left this red. I don't know if you can see it. And it almost came all the paint with my brush, you know. It got transparent underneath. I don't know how that happens. But that doesn't feel like acrylic paint. This is a strange purple, but it's the one you can get with these two colors, you know. And they don't rinse off my brush easily either. I mean, they feel like toothpaste or something. Let's test the pastel ones. I'll need another paper to test it because this one is not dried yet. One good thing about it is that the ones that I dried already don't seem to have shine to it, so they seem matte colors, and that's a good point for me. Now that these guys are dried, you can see that they're fully matte. They're not shiny at all, which is great. And I'm showing it up close to you so you can see the pigments. Very, very bad opacity. This is the white. Can you imagine? This is awful. And even these colors, when layered thinly, they're quite transparent. And the mixes as well. Let's see another paper here. This one is an old agenda. It's also kind of a creamy paper, but it's okay. Completely transparent. Nice color though. It's a beautiful yellow, but as you can see, it didn't cover at all the lines in the agenda. I'll try to apply it a little thicker, but it's quite the same. That was the pastel yellow. Here the Naples yellow red. Beautiful color, but again, quite transparent. Pastel pink. I'm gonna use this pastel pink for the color wheel. It's not a magenta. Again, very transparent. Look, in here is completely transparent. It feels goopy in the brush still, but it doesn't have any pigment left, almost, you know. I saw an artist the other day that had marbles inside the glass of water to clean brushes faster. I don't know if that works, and I don't know how that's gonna affect the bristles of the brush. She did that with a watercolor brush, which should be kind of soft and sensitive. This is a nice purple. I'm not a purple girl, but I like this one. It's quite pale and it should be good for a sky or maybe a shadow in the snow. But again, the same feeling, you know, the same texture. I don't like that. Again, beautiful blue, terrible acrylic paint. It's so transparent and goopy. Beautiful green, very transparent again. Maybe it seems even more transparent than the other ones. I don't know. If it's the lighting in here, it's almost raining, guys. The sky's completely cloudy. Let's see how they mix. See how goopy it is, you know, how it just ugh. Yellow and pink. I'm getting a nice color here. It's a nice pink. I like this color. It's kind of a peachy color, but not as peachy as this Naples yellow red. It's more to the pink side. It's quite nice. Oh, look in here. I don't know if you can see, this is so soft. I'll show you up close later. The yellow and the blue. This is also a nice greenish color. And the blue with the pink. It's a nice purple, yes. It's a colder purple than that one. So they mix. You can achieve other pastel colors with them, which is nice. None of them dried yet in there, so I can't really see by now if they're matte or shiny. I'll tell you later. These ones are matte. I don't know if I can trust on these ones because they have very, very little paint in there. So this is how the package look like. And again, I don't recommend this. The pastel colors are not fully dried yet, but I can see already that they are matte colors as well. You can see a little bit of shine here because that's not fully dried, and in here as well, because as you can see, I laid the paint very thickly and it's not dried yet. The other ones are dried and you can see that they don't shine at all, and you can see here how transparent they are. Beautiful colors though. Okay, now for this markers test. I was looking for the colors, the name of the colors in the package, but it doesn't say anywhere. Just have these kind of samples. I'll be testing them in two different sketchbooks. One will be this one that is still drying. It's more a test for the sketchbook, not as much for the markers. For testing these markers, I'll be using this Canson art book, C'est à grain, because it has better paper and I want to make a fair test to the markers. So I'm using a better paper. This paper has a little bit of texture on one side and it's softer on this other side. So I'll be using the softer side of the paper to test it. Let's see, this green, that seems lovely. They're not very pigmented and they dry fairly fast in the paper. Maybe this paper sucks the water quite fast, I don't know. It's not a watercolor paper though, but it's but I like the quality of this paper, so I thought it would be good for this, but maybe I was wrong. But you can see that they are water soluble nonetheless, just not very pigmented. I tested the two tips. I like both tips. Yes, the colors aren't much pigmented as you can see, but they're pretty colors. in this first swatch, I let the paint dry a little bit in the paper, and in this one, I go over with the water right after I lay it on the paper, and it works a little bit better than on the first swatch. Let's see the fine tip now. Not much pigment in there, but it's a nice green. I love the color so far. This one is a light color, so the pigment is even less. I don't think you can see this one. It's so subtle. Another nice thing is that the lids on the pen are different on each side. And this bigger one, it's the brush tip. And this smaller one is the small tip. So that's quite intuitive, you know. I wasn't even thinking, and I wasn't mistaking the tips. It was only then that I realized that I was doing that because of the different nibs. Great touch. Great design. Oh, this is so light. I wasn't expecting that, but that's a lovely color. I'm guessing this one is not going to be good. Yes, it's so light. I can't almost see it. I didn't even get my water dirty. Look at this. It's clean. Now, I love this effect, like a bleach effect. I don't know how to call it. The water kind of separated the different colors in the color itself. Well, maybe in here a little bit as well. And in this green, just a tiny bit. I welcome this kind of effects. They're not great quality, not very pigmented as you saw, but I'm happy with them. I love the colors. Let's see how they resemble the nibs. This, well, it's quite close. This one is also quite close. This is not close because this is a very bright green and this is much muted. This one doesn't resemble the color at all. I would love to get this color, but it isn't. This is a light gray. This resembles more like a middle tone gray, and it isn't. Maybe if I layer it several times, let it dry for a little bit. This gray is quite similar. Let's see if this layers already. Yes, it does. Let's see again. A little bit darker. And first layer. Okay, I think it's about how dark it gets. And let's see, compared to this, it's more or less similar. But I think it's the one layer that should be similar. But I prefer this one. Prefer this light gray instead of a middle tone one. Because then I'll have two very different grays. And it's very good. Oh, and another thing. I have these guys in this old mug. It got broken the other day and I'm terrible about throwing things away, you know. So I kept the pieces that I could find. I glued them together and here it is. It's perfect to keep here in my studio with these guys. Another one that is very old is this one, and it's broken, as you can see, in here and here, and it's all chipped off all around it, you know. It was my mother's. I don't know even if it was my grandmother's, because I think it was already old when I was a child. And I'm 50 years old, guys. So this is quite old. It's pretty, isn't it? Let me see. This is made in Portugal. It's broken in here also. You can feel how it sounds, you know. It sounds like broken. Now for the test in this sketchbook. This is dried already, so I'll find another place to test it. And what I want to see, let's go to the finish. Maybe I'll put it in here. These were all tests, material tests in this sketchbook, you know. You can see these on another video that I'll link on the description if you're interested. And what I'm interested in seeing here, how these work as markers, you know, normal markers, not watercolor markers. I mean, I want to see if I can draw, if I can paint with them in this sketchbook, and if they bleed through to the other side. No bleeding, guys. Okay. Now I think I'll test it with water as well. I might regret it, but I can only know if I test it. They have loads of paint in it. They're very juicy. This paper is terrible for water. That's not a surprise. The pigment on the markers, it's very awful as well. So maybe I'll just use them as simple markers, not water-soluble ones in the future. And here I have a little bit of bleed through in the darker colors, this brown and this gray. It's no biggie, no problem. And they will be loads of fun. I'm crazy about these colors, guys. Yes. It's a nice buy, this one. Depending on how you wish to use them, they're a great buy. Recommend these ones. And this is the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully next Saturday I'll make that vlog type video that I wanted for you guys. So until then, have a lovely week. Bye bye.